There. I managed to do laundry. And I still have laundry. It's never ending, really.
Card declined.
At least my bed is done, so that's enough for me. My friend gave me this book to have a read of. It's Eliza Clark Penance. I really like Boy Parts by Eliza Clark, so I think that this should be a good one, but I still haven't gotten to it, so... It's been really hard in the last couple of weeks to function, but I suppose I'm trying my best. I made some chicken, which looks pretty good, and it's got some hoisin sauce in it, and then some rice and fried vegetables. So it's like a deconstructed stir fry that we're gonna just construct in my pot on my plate. In my plate, on my plate. You know when you spend so long making the food and thinking about it that when you actually get to the point of having to eat it, you're just absolutely uninterested in said food? Anyways, continuing my story. I find it really difficult to, first of all, deal with this nausea, but second of all, engage myself in things and actually find enjoyment in them. When I was really depressed last year, which truly I don't really know if there's much of a difference to the feeling this year. I think this year I just know what it feels like and I'm kind of a bit more experienced in it, but last year I sort of experienced that level of nothing for the first time. I think this year it's slightly more predictable in my head. I kind of know what is happening, and I can catch myself out when I start feeling like this and then try to sort of navigate my day-to-day to then not feel like that, and hopefully do it in a healthy way rather than a, you know, escapism kind of way. Not to say that this is something out of the ordinary, like millions of people go through this, if not everybody at some point. It's just obviously different for everyone in terms of how they cope and how they feel, but I think when I have nothing to do and I'm not urgently needed somewhere, not even urgently, but when I know that I'm not needed somewhere, or that I'm not even expected somewhere, I don't really bother with life, which sounds kind of dramatic, but I don't really think there's an undramatic way of talking about it. You start kind of almost like bargaining in your head about how you're gonna live this day, and then it just gives me even more anxiety because I'm thinking too much and I don't want to think. I just want to wake up and feel happy to be here, and I don't. So it's like, okay, what now? And then, you know, some days you will wake up and you do feel happy to be here and you're like, okay, wait, I think I kind of get the gist of it. Like, I see why we're all doing this, why we're all out here. But that shit, like, doesn't last. Anyways, this is basically me, 22 years old, coming to terms with the fact that your life depends on you and you need to take accountability for the quality of your life. Because more often than not, it is unfortunately a thing of your own doing rather than the circumstances that you're placed in. And as much as I love debating this whole thing about how everybody's a victim and how, you know, oh, well, they had a bad childhood, or, oh, they haven't developed this skill, it's like, yes, but it gets to a point where that excuse just does not work. And unfortunately, in order to become like a fully functional adult, at least in my head, but when you day in and day out have no joy in life and you have no kind of when the maladaptive daydreaming stops working, when kind of fantasizing about a better life stops working, and you kind of just realize that you're stuck with either what you've got now, or you need to then actively and like proactively change things and take a different course of action than what you're doing now. And you have to take accountability. Holy shit. On another note, on a more positive note, we've got this now constructed stir fry, which looks pretty good. And as for my drink of choice, a bottle of Istak, I don't know. I'm not Middle Eastern, but it's essentially a non-alcoholic malt beverage, as it says on the label. Made in Iran. And this flavour specifically is my favourite, lemon and mint. I really like it. It's really good. Good morning. It is 8:46 on this lovely Tuesday. Me and my friend are going to the gym today, and it's leg day, which truly how exciting, but also leg day is just, I don't know, it's just a lot. Like, it's a lot to do, and the exercises are pretty heavy. But you know, if you want to be strong or look a certain way, you need to lift heavy, period. I need to eat, I think I'm gonna eat porridge, because why not? I'm not awake yet. Okay, y'all. This is the fit for today's leg day. Why is the hair always so boring? Truly because I can't be bothered. It's been nearly 2 hours since I've last spoke to you, so that's why I feel a lot better, because I've actually woken up and I've eaten porridge. Well, it wasn't actual porridge, it was rice porridge, which I think isn't really a common thing here in England. Like, a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about when I mention it, but it's basically what it sounds like. It's rice that's cooked with milk and sugar, or in my case, maple syrup, and you add a bit of butter on it later on, and then you add, what do I add? I added coconut yogurt on top. So it was really good, but it's just slop. It's just goop, really. And I like eating slop, so it's all working out for me. So we gotta go. I think I'm also gonna walk to the gym, which I rarely do. I usually cycle down, but my back derailleur, and that is not a pun, my actual back derailleur on my bike is acting up. And the weirdest thing is that it started acting up after I got my bike serviced. And just spatting everywhere. I like my bike and I enjoy cycling. The rest of the servicing went really well. Like, it's a lot faster now. It's quite crazy how when you get your bike properly taken care of, how fast it feels. Because obviously I had my bike for a couple of months, like 5 months, then I got it serviced, and it's like night and day difference. Truly, it felt like I got a new bike. For that first week before my front derailleur started going bananas, truly it felt like I have a new bicycle, and to me that was just magic. But yeah, we've got this pink outfit going on today. I wear this top for leg days a lot because leg day, fucking leg day. On a more positive note, hip thrusts feel weirdly good lately. I'm not a big hip thrust enthusiast. Like, I'm a big hip thrust supporter and defender. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a great exercise to do, but they hurt bad. Like, they hurt bad. I'm trying to find my gloves. Okay, I found one. Holy shit, where's the other glove? Okay, I found a pair of socks. My vomit covered jacket. Oh, I found the other one! Yay! Okay, this is good news. Yeah, basically, nightmare for any person with ADHD is like, because basically nothing actually lives where it's supposed to live. Like, I'll have some things that are in like a random pile somewhere, but I know that they are there specifically, or in like a random shelf or a random drawer, and I know that I'll be able to find them. And then you come to that place and you look for that thing and it's not there. Oh, no. That's like nightmare fuel, because then I'm like, well, where did I put that? I'm not gonna ever find it. I always forget. Ew, this top was in a boat hatch for like 2 weeks. It stinks. Again, another fucking... Like, what is even happening in there? Sometimes I just don't know. I wonder, but I can't answer that question. What was I even talking about? Oh yeah, another nightmarish scenario that happened to me yesterday. This is like ADHD nightmare number 67. I came home last night and I was making dinner. Well, I wasn't making it, I was just like putting more. Thank God I actually went to the kitchen to check, because I was like, oh, maybe I can just eat the leftovers that I had up in my room, but I was like, no, I'll go downstairs and like eat more because I was hungry. So I go downstairs and I want to put more chicken and I'm like, why is it hot? Oh, because the stove was on. I left the stove on, thankfully on like the lowest heat setting, but still, I left the stove on for like 5 hours. Like, I fully went to rowing, had an entire practice, had an entire rowing session, went to the shop, gossiped with my friend for like 10 minutes, because that's what we always sort of do. And then I came home and I realised that my kitchen could have blown up. Realistically, it probably wouldn't have blown up, but I just don't trust myself enough. So now I trust myself even less, which is great because the self-efficacy is just dying by the day. Anyways, another day, another dollar lost, actually, because I can't find a job. Creatine, we're putting it in a bottle of orange juice because I like orange juice, and also because I'm not going to be drinking all this right now. I have this one. Honestly, it doesn't matter which, I don't really think it matters which one you take. They're all pretty much the same. I never did creatine loading. I just take the recommended one from the very beginning. There we go. Nice little full scoop there. Truly, I don't think I drink enough water to be taking creatine, which is not a good thing. I'm not proud. You're meant to be drinking like a lot of water if you're taking creatine. Hello to my channel. Hello to my channel. Who wanna see my... Was it one here? Or... Oh my god, you guys. I'm back home from leg day. That was a leg day and a half, I'll tell you that. We worked it out on the remix with those legs, truly. I PB'd on my hip thrust. I did, oh, hello, forehead. I did 80 kgs for 14 reps, which is pretty impressive considering I didn't do hip thrusts for the last, I want to say like, yeah, and a bit. I don't know what your cheeks need, but mine definitely needed that hip thrust. Because it's really good. I think once you learn how to actually do it, and once you actually, well, that's kind of with any exercise at the gym, but I think specifically with something like a hip thrust, once you actually learn what to do and what it targets and like how to do it properly and sort of what you're meant to be feeling, it becomes such a staple. I have a love-hate relationship with squats, to be honest, because nothing makes me feel as strong, but also too many times I've nearly died under that bar, to be honest. I was squashed to death. So squats, I think they look like a simple exercise, and they're kind of like a well-known exercise, like, because it's one of the main sort of lifts in like weightlifting, powerlifting, whatever. But if you really think about it, like, it's a massive compound exercise. You really need to know what you're doing. Thankfully, I think I know what I'm doing. We're gonna dye my hair today. It's currently looking like this. Honestly, quite a nice shade. I quite like this sort of light brown caramelly vibe. This is kind of the closest to my natural hair color that I'll probably get. And I know it's only August, and I thought I was gonna dye my hair darker like around September, October time, but I just looked at pictures and I looked at other people with darker hair and I was like, I can't wait, I need to do it. You can hate on box dye, whatever, but I feel like this one's pretty good. It doesn't smell, it doesn't have any ammonia in it. It's relatively cheap, like on sale this was $7.49. I'm not really offended by the price either. I mean, I'm offended by anything these days, so yeah, we're gonna dye my hair. I think it's gonna look really good. I miss having dark hair, and I wish I had a fun drink, but I don't. I finished my coffee. I've already brushed my hair, so that's done. I can't believe I'm gonna see A$AP Rocky live next month. I'm actually seeing a lot of cool artists in the next couple of weeks. Well, like in the next month and a bit. I'm going to All Points East next week, which is funny because I still haven't gotten a ticket to London, so if anybody wants to give us a lift, or like, I might just cycle down. I'm going on the Saturday, which kind of sucks because on the Sunday SD Kid is there, and I did not get tickets for his tour, but I'm gonna be seeing 2 Hollis and Pink Panthers, and I'm so excited. I bought this recently, so this has been my latest hair oil. Decent, very lightweight. It works very well for my hair because I can't have anything too heavy on my hair. This is just what I use as a curl cream. I use this on my wet hair when I get out of the shower. It's like, alright, I don't know. I like how it smells. Good luck. I should have probably put Vaseline on my head, but this is the only time when I can draw a new hairline on, so truly, it's fine. I'm trying to like paint on a new hairline, but also for it to not look completely ridiculous, because there have been times when I would end up with a taper fade. Can I change the song? Oh! I'm trying to use my toes and that's just not gonna work. It's pretty much all nice and coated. We're gonna do my eyebrows as well. Anyways, I'm just putting on a bunch and then I'm gonna clean it off with a towel. I have my stir fry. I made some noodles for it today because oh! I need to wash off my hair dye, but I'm so hungry that I think I might eat first and then shower. But I need to we need to wash these off like right now. Okay, I just came out of the shower. I love it. Like, I feel like myself again. So I don't know, you can see they're quite a bit darker than what they were before. I cleaned my bathroom. It's like fully bleached. It smells like a swimming pool in my house now, which is the best. I'm that one person who bleaches everything that can possibly be bleached. Not in that way, but I just want to lay down, really. That's all I want to do. And then I'm gonna go and row. Brushed and dried and dried and brushed. A cup of tea. Tea. And an ice cream sandwich. And I'm gonna relax before rowing. Hello, Dubai. Me and the Aldi chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream sandwich. Oh. Yum, yum, yum. I feel like I wanted to just mention, and I hope that me eating isn't like throwing anyone off, but obviously yesterday I didn't film that much because I sort of got home and realised I had the stove on for 5 hours, you know, whatever, but I just sort of went to rowing and that's it. But in the beginning, in that whole kitchen section, you can probably like hear the way that I was talking about things and sort of the mindset that I had. And like yesterday truly wasn't a difficult, no, other way around, sorry. Yes, oh my god, I can't talk. Let me just have a sip of tea. Yeah, I really like the hair. I think you can see it now better. It's obviously a bit dry and like not properly styled, and I do hate my fringe. I want to grow it out because I've just accepted the fact that I have a massive forehead and there's nothing wrong with that, so maybe I should start like... No, we're not starting that. That's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about how yesterday I was crashing out, obviously. And not even like actively, because I used to be a very highly like emotional person. I used to cry all the time, like genuinely. And still, I think I'm relatively easy to bring to tears, but not in the way that I was before. Like, back in the day, like as a teenager, for example, I would cry over everything. I would cry every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, about everything. I do a lot of sports, and I say a lot, like I work out pretty much every day. And if I don't go to the gym, then I'll go to rowing. And if I don't go to rowing, then like I'll at least try to sort of have some sort of physical activity. And truly, I need to get into endurance sports because like mentally, that's probably the best option for me. My mug. Chi-Town. Always and forever. I should do a bit of makeup just to kind of, just to sort of yassify my face. Okay, give me like a second. Give me 2 seconds. I already have SPF on. I use SPF every day, even in the winter, even though I live in the north of England. I truly don't care. I'm using this one at the moment, the Beauty of Joseon or Yoson, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but yeah, so yesterday, you know, I had a pretty difficult day. I had to, you know, spend a lot of time regulating myself and like trying to not just be in those thoughts and in that mindset. And it's not even negativity, it's like actual, I don't even know what. This eyebrow piercing. She's not happy with me today. I got really sweaty in that gym. Okay, I don't want to like pick my face because I'm gonna start picking my face in a second and that will lead to something catastrophic. I'm a big face picker. Like, if there's something to pick, I'm gonna pick it. Like, I'm picking every single possible scab, scratch, or anything that I can pick. I'm picking that shit. Like, I don't care. Like, even now, I can't stop. Like, I just can't. When I see it, I need to pick. Like, it's so bad. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. The whole thing. Yeah, so I think a lot of, like, you know, therapists and stuff, or, like, even just you in general, like, you'll think, oh, you know, I want to feel happy all the time. And obviously, that's, like, not gonna happen, but... and that's normal. But I feel like on days when it's bad, it's so bad to the point that I can't function and like I can't be a normal human being, and then I can't everything seems pointless because it's like, well, my brain already knows what's going to happen. I already figured out the pattern. I've already figured out the sort of, and hello to the birds. The pattern recognition has been activated. The pattern has been recognized. Like, there's not much for me to do here. What's the point of me then keeping on doing that, or like, you know, engaging with it? So that can be anything, like uni work, sports, literally like friendships, relationships, anything. What's the word? Not devalue, but I just kind of completely cross that out, which is obviously unfair because, you know, that's quite ignorant of my own self. But it is ignorant. Like, depression's fucking ignorant. And I don't know if this is depression, but maybe it's just like a mindset that I'm in right now, like a weird like mindset or what. But today, for example, I'm having a pretty good day, and I try not to think about sort of what happened yesterday, because it's like, okay, it's a new day, I shouldn't think about that. But then I do, and I kind of, you know, almost for a second return to those thoughts that I had, because it's like, what's the point of me having this great day and having this lovely happy experience of life today if I might feel shit again tomorrow? So it's kind of like that, I think, which might not make sense, but I feel like a lot of people will relate. In a way, it is kind of self-sabotage, because it's like, you wait for the feeling to pass, you're waiting for all of these negative emotions to pass, and then when they finally do, and you have a chance for a happy day, you almost shoot yourself in the leg, and you're like, well, this is fake, and this isn't gonna last, and, you know, I'm gonna be a chud again. I'm kind of over summer, I'm not gonna lie. This has been going on for a bit too long. Cut the cameras. I can't believe I have to find like a real job next year. Like, next year I'm supposed to be an adult, and I really don't see that happening for myself. Like, I'm terrified. And I know that everyone's talking about it, like how there's no jobs and how, you know, people can't get on the property ladder and whatever. Not that I'm urging to get on it, low-key. I kind of let that thought go. I don't know. The more I think about the fact that I actually need to find a real job is just terrifying. No more uni, no more fun hee-hee-ha-has. Like, what do you actually do after graduation? Nobody's ever discussed, like, I've never planned anything after graduation. There was no plan. It was just finish school, go to uni, that's it. And now I'm nearly at that point. Well, not nearly, I have a whole year, but time flies when you're having fun. And I'm not really having fun at the moment, but... So it's difficult when you have these bad days to then not send everything down the drain. It's a very weird mind game that you play with yourself almost. Oh, well... The sun will rise and we will try again, I guess, but this bronzer I've had since COVID, since before COVID. No, I got this summer of COVID, and she recently broke on me, so it's now just like pebbles. She still works, we like her, she's fine. Honestly, doing your entire face with powder is diabolical, but it also doesn't matter because I'm literally going to practice, so... I could probably show up there wearing a bin bag and nobody would give a shit. They would probably just like have a giggle and that's it. People say rowing is an upper class sport, but truly it's not if you're in Sunderland. Like, it's a lot of things, but it's not upper class. I'll tell you that. And that's been on my mind. So many people that I went to school with. And by so many, I mean there's like less than 10 examples that I can name, but to me that's a lot, okay, because there's only one of me and there's less than 10 of you, so that's kind of a lot. They're like getting engaged or getting married or having children, and it's people my age. Like, I will admit I was friends with quite a lot of older people, but by older I mean like 2, 3, 4, 5 years older than me. Like, these people, you know, are now in their mid-20s, and I understand that that's a normal age to have kids at, and well, I guess, I mean, there's no normal, okay? There's no like norm. I remember you guys from like middle school, like you were this big and now you're engaged and like living together, and I don't know. I'm still at the restaurant. Like, truly, I'm still at the restaurant, and I feel like it's crazy. Like, there's nothing crazy about that, really, once you think about it. I don't know why I had such a visceral reaction, but it's just really odd. But I have not been anywhere close to anything like that yet, which is why I think I have such a weird, like, such a weird reaction. But oh well. That's gross. You're gross, you're disgusting. Well, now it's like twice the size, so we're just gonna leave that. I was also meant to be going on a date this week, but I don't think that's gonna happen because he hasn't messaged me in 2 days, and I am not the one to message first. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with messaging first, truly, if you know the person well, but this was meant to be like a first date. Equality this, equality that. If he can't even fucking message me, then just, I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm gonna pretend that it's meant to be like that. But yeah, if you're like young and you're getting married, like, honestly, more power to you, because I can't be bothered with all of that. Like, wow. It's really happening, you guys. Everyone's getting more serious with their lives. But at the same time, it literally doesn't matter what time you do what at. Like, as long as you got those GCSEs, truly, you can do anything else at whatever point. Ugh. Okay, we're just gonna ignore this piercing because... And I've said this for the 3rd time and I still can't stop touching it, but I really need to stop. Okay. Okay, I just got a text. Well, not just. This was sent like an hour ago. I only just saw it now. That we are apparently erging today instead of rowing, which I was just shot 27 times. It's not like I hate erging, like, truly there are worse things that I've done in sports, but like, they said we're gonna be doing technical work, so I guess whatever Chris says, that's what we're gonna be doing. I don't fucking know what we're gonna be doing, but anyways, do you like my suit? I really like it. I got this all in one British Champs, and I think it's really cute. Me and my doubles partner, Eden, we have the same one, so we like to match. We show up to training sessions wearing matching outfits, and we're the baddest there, so the baddest to ever do it. I don't really go anywhere these days, so I like get ready for rowing. Is this the most nutritious meal? Like, probably not. I also made another cup of tea because I guess I'm totally British now. Look a mess, as always. But honestly, I'm really hungry. And this is what we're gonna be working with, so.
Card declined. Let's go shopping. I'll buy a handbag.